Happy Marpril, everybody. Okay, I haven't just invented a month, but basically, this is what's going on. I get paid every 4 weeks, so that's 13 times a year. So what that normally means for me is because there's 12 months in a year, I've got certain bills to pay. However, because my pay is split 13 times, some months I don't have to pay for some bills and some months I have to pay for no bills at all. It's just really weird how it works out, but basically July is the great month because I get paid at the very start of the month and the very end of the month. So one of those paychecks I don't actually have to pay for like big bills like rent and things like that, which is a huge relief budget wise. You probably would have noticed that in my last couple of budgets I paid for absolutely everything in the month because my pay has pretty much landed at the start of the month and pretty much ended towards the end of the month. But now we're starting to get into a phase of like a rolling pay period, which is great, but that does mean that I've got a kind of an extra month. So the pay period that I'm budgeting for today is from the 11th of March to the 7th of April. Now it doesn't make sense to call this March because I've already budgeted for March, and it doesn't make sense to call it April because it ends on the 7th. So I might as well call that budget the April budget, if that makes sense. So today's budget is for Marpril. It's my made up month that is just in between March and April. So that's what I'm budgeting for today. I know this doesn't make sense for a lot of people, but essentially the same things apply. Like I'm going to be budgeting, I'm going to be cash stuffing, I'm going to be doing all the stuff that I need to do. It's just a different, it's just weird. So other than that, I do have something really exciting to show you on today's video. And it's something that I'm really proud of as well. This is my first sort of budget booklet that I'm launching on my store, and I am just so beyond proud of it. Like, I love it. It means a lot to me. I'm going to show you how I use this and how you can get your hands on this more in depth in the video, but so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into my Marpril budget. Let's go ahead and look at my budget booklet. So I'm unbelievably proud to be showing this to you. This is something that I've wanted to do for a very long time. So I'm not gonna waste any time, and I'm gonna show you what you get when you purchase this new Etsy listing product. So here it is. Oh, I love it so much. Right, okay, let me show you what you get. So inside your little pack, you get a couple of bits. So first off, as ever, you get like the standard, you get the sticker from me, you get a little business card as well, and a teeny tiny little cash total slip. And it's teeny tiny for a reason. It's because we're going A5 with this little budget book. So let me show you. So this is the budget book. It has the standard budget with either rainbow on the front, and when you open it, you go straight to the first page, and this is where you get to write this budget belongs to, just so that you get a bit of ownership of it and that you know whose it is. When you move on to the next page, you have a blank undated calendar, and that is where your stickers come in. So you get 2 stickers with this, but you can upgrade it and get an additional budget booklet sticker set 1. So on this, you get a load of expense tracker stickers here, which come off really nicely in all the colors of the rainbow, and you get a load of circular no spend stickers as well, which are just beauts. Let me put that back. On the second sheet, you get a lot of functional ones as well. So the first ones are strips here. So these are strips that go across the top of the sheet. So you've got a Sunday start or a Monday start, but if you prefer to start your week on a Tuesday, you can cut them in half and split them up however suits you best. You get a couple of extra expense tracker stickers, you get some triangular flags for the paydays, and then you get some date dots as well, along with some extra no spend stickers. I'm so excited about those. Obviously, you don't need those stickers to make this page function properly. You can just write it on there if you prefer. Okay, let's move on. Next, you have the paycheck bill tracker. So this is where you do your budget. So this is where you'll write down your income and then you'll spread that out over. This is the standard paycheck bill tracker that I offer, but I have made the boxes a little bit bigger just so that you can write a little bit more legible. When you move over to the second page, you have your envelope breakdown of how you want to draw out your cash and do all of that. And that's where your little cash total slip comes in handy. And I just think this is so cute and dinky. It is just an absolute beaut. I love this. When we move over, you then have your 5 weeks of check-ins. Now you might not need 5 weeks. You might only need 4, but there's 5 on here because you could just use this for any month that you like. So you've got 3 weeks on the first page and then 2 on the other, and then you've got a little bit of space for notes on the third bit there. Moving over, you have a tracker. So with this, you can track your expenses, you can track all sorts of things. So I'm going to try and do this. Now this is for people that prefer to list their expenses rather than using the calendar. Some people do both, some people prefer not to. I like to track anything that I do on my card. So, you know, bills I like to track, and I like to track any purchases that I've made back onto my card, and then when I put the money back into my bank to pay for it. And that's what I'll be using this for this month. Next, we have the sinking funds. So any sort of spends on your sinking funds or anything that you've just added into it or taken out of. On this page, we have 4 double-sided shopping lists. So you can cut these out and take them and do your shopping list. But as you're planning your week, you can jot down all the bits that you want to. So you can use this in a lot of ways. You can just list what you want to purchase, or you can list what you want and do the prices and top them up if you're shopping online, or do whatever you want to. But yeah, that's how they're intended to be used. So you can basically just do whatever you want with them, and they're double-sided so that you can use one week, one the week after. There's enough here for 4 shopping lists. So if you do decide to do it weekly like I do, then that'll work out really, really well for you. On the back page, you've got a blank sheet, so you can use that for whatever you want. Maybe a bit of maths, maybe a bit of like jotting down of anything, maybe some notes or something that you want to do for next month, or any dates or anything important you can put down there, which is really, really good. And then let's move over to the back page. So this back page is really exciting to me. This has been provided by Simple Budget. So if you don't know Sarah, Sarah's an incredible person. She has an amazing channel and an amazing Etsy shop. She used to originally sell this digitally, and now she does it as a physical copy, but this is her puzzle challenge. So this is a free challenge that comes with the budget, and it is quite achievable to achieve in a month. So the total saved amount target here is £250, and essentially what you need to do is put away £1, £4, £3, and then colour in the puzzle as you do it. I would recommend one of my saving pots with this, but you can just put in any pot that you've got at home. The beauty of this is the outside of this is on a much thicker cardstock than the rest of the pages. So you can just, once you finish with the budget, you can cut this out and keep it for a time when you do want to use it. With this listing, you get one of Simple Budget's business cards here, which are a gorgeous, this is her signature purple and looks beautiful. And with it, you actually got a code for her Etsy shop as well. So if you want to get 10% off of her Etsy shop, you get that with this listing as well. I am so excited to show you these, and I'm so proud of this. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my stickers and make the calendar, and then we're going to go ahead and do the budget. So let's get cracking with that. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to the first page, and where it says this budget belongs to, I'm going to put my name in. Now, I've got a 3-letter name, it's just Ira, so I don't like writing Ira because it's just small. So I'm going to write budget with Ira. And maybe a little heart there. So the reason why it took me such a long time to bring these out was because I needed to find a good paper stock that you could actually just write on. A lot of places want to use really cheap paper that's really shiny and silky, but yeah, this is a beautiful paper stock that you can write on anything that's white. It is tougher to write on the coloured sections. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and use my stickers to basically set up the calendar. So let's start. So I like to have a Sunday start, so I'm going to use these Sunday start strips, and I'm going to put these at the top. So if you're a Monday starter, you could use the other 2 strips. If you're like a Thursday starter, you could sort of cut them and put them on wherever you wanted. Or you don't even have to use the strips at all, you could just write what you wanted. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these little date dots here. Now these are really, really tiny, teeny tiny little stickers, and they're just the perfect size for this little book. But because I am doing my Marpril budget, I am going to start my budget from the 11th of March and end it on the 7th of April. So it's going to flow a little bit differently, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some tweezers. You might not necessarily need them, but I've got big meat hands, so I need to. Okay, so that is all the date dots stuck down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put down all of my paydays. So we have this little flag sticker here that's a bit like a triangle, which could fit anywhere you like, but I would like to put them in the corner. So my first payday from my main job is on Friday the 11th, so I'm going to put that down there. Then I also get paid every Monday from Etsy, so I'm going to put those down. So I'm going to use the other side of this pink one here, put that there, and I'm going to do the other Mondays with the different colours. Okay, there will be another payday somewhere near the 1st for Patreon as well, but I'm not going to put that in because sometimes it takes a couple days to move into the account, but that it is about it. So that's the calendar set up, so that's all that we need to do. So essentially what we'll use next is the expense tracker stickers, which look like this. So they look like that, they're like that size. You can fit about 5 on there as well, which are really good. And then you've got a load of no spend stickers as well. Okay, let's move on and get the budget done. Okay, so here we are in the paycheck bill tracker. This is on the, what, 3rd or 4th page? Yeah, it's right at the start, so you've got your budget right there. So this budget is my Marpril budget. So it runs from the 11th of March to the 7th of April. So I'm listing 3 different income streams for this month. So we're going to have my first main income, which is from my normal job, and that is projecting to be 1,950. Then we have Etsy, and this is just assumed. And I'm assuming that I know how much I've kept back so far, but I don't know what it's going to be at the end of this week. So I'm assuming it's going to be about £500. And that is about 3 weeks, I think, worth. So I had 1 good week and 2 slow weeks in the last 3 weeks. So that's how much I think, and that's after taxes and after everything else. This is just take home pay. And then there's an assumed amount that I'm going to get from Jake, which would be about £100. So altogether that is £2,550, and that's what I'm going to work with this month. So moving over to bills, there are less bills than there normally are. Because my budget ends on the 7th, because I get paid on the 8th, I am not paying for gas and electric and a couple of other bills. They'll roll into the next month. So we're starting to get onto a good sort of track with that now. So let me list all of my bills. Nothing is new. Okay, so this is all of my bills as they normally are. So everything's pretty much standard, nothing's really new on there. So I've got my ones that come out on specific dates, and then I've got my 2 variable ones at the bottom. Altogether, this comes out to 1,310.36, which when I take it away from my income, that leaves me with 1,239.64. Okay, let's move over to my envelopes. So there's going to be 4 envelopes, and that's pretty normal. So I've got my spending, groceries, petrol and haircut. So spending I am going to reduce. So instead of giving myself £40 a week, I'm now going to give myself £30 a week. So that's going to go to £120, which I'm okay with. And then for groceries, it's going to be the same. I didn't think that £25 a week would be a problem, but it really was. I couldn't really get a lot of good meals out of it, so I'm going to go for £30 a week for that as well. So that's now moving to £120. For petrol, £80 seems right, so £20 a week, that's pretty normal, that's okay. And then haircut is £30. I really like where I go. I know I could get it cheaper, but I wouldn't be happy. So it's about making me happy. So altogether, my envelopes are going to be £350, which leaves me with £889.64. Moving over to sinking funds. So I've got my standard 2 normal ones. So I've got my water, which is £25, my car maintenance, which I'm gonna leave at £25 a month because it is quite realistic, I think. And then I want to tackle 2 of my savings challenges because I feel bad that I'm neglecting them, and I really, really want to focus on my future. So the envelope challenges are really important to me, so I'd rather do them once a month than never. So first one is going to be the 100 envelope challenge, and that's going to be £92. And then the next one's going to be a 52 envelope challenge. That's the Christmas one, and that's going to be £44. So I'm going to focus on those. I'm going to try and make sure that I always fill at least 1 a month because I had such good traction with it, and I just don't want that to slow down. And then the last thing is Stag Do, which is happening literally as we speak. So it's the 11th that it's going on. So yes, so but at the moment I have nothing to budget for that. I know that I'm going to get paid more in my income, so whatever I get extra is going to go into there. I just want to put 0 for now because in case this is the worst case scenario, and I will make it work. If I haven't got anything to bring to it, I'll just do what I did with the hen do. So that's going to be that. So in my sinking funds, that is going to be £186, which leaves me with £703.64. Okay, moving over to debt, we're only focusing on that one debt, which is our loan, and that is £200.92. That's going to come out regardless of my financial situation, so I need to make sure there's always money for that. And that is all. So it's £200.92, which leaves me with £502.72. And then savings, we are going to move some money into my emergency fund. So emergency fund, and the budget for that is going to be £500. That is the money from Etsy. So I've saved that all the way until the end, just to make sure that I'm putting some more in just in case the worst has happened. So that leaves me with £2.72, which is my buffer. So this budget is a little bit tight, a little bit restrictive, but it is accurate, and as long as I stick to it and don't do any silly overspends, I will be absolutely okay. any sort of overspend that I do in these next 4 weeks are literally going to come out of my emergency fund. So I am going to try and not allow myself to do that. So that is that. I am beyond proud of this item on my Etsy store, so I'm just going to go through and show you it again. So you've got your front sheet in the Budget with Ira Rainbow, nice thick cardstock, and then you've got your nameplate page where you can take ownership of your budget and make sure that it works for you. You have your calendar, which is normally blank, but you've got plenty of stickers to make it work for you. Then you've got your paycheck bill tracker where you can do your budget, and here is my budget for this month. Then you've got your envelope breakdown, which I will do once I've got my final income numbers. Then you've got your weekly check-ins, and you'll be seeing this every week for the next 4 weeks. You have your trackers where I'm going to track any card spends that I do. You have your sinking funds, and I'm going to show you how I work that page as well. So any spends that I make on my sinking funds or anything that I add into it. So once I cash stuff my water and my other one, I'll be putting that on there. And then we have a shopping list for 4 shops. You have a blank page at the back, and then you have a wonderful puzzle challenge from Simple Budget, which I absolutely adore. These are available on my Etsy store now. I am beyond proud of them. Thank you so much to everybody who is looking at purchasing one or has purchased one. It means so much to me because this is what I want to do with my life. I want to make things like this. This is quite a high quality, if I don't say so myself, and I'm really pleased to be able to offer this to you. If these sell well, I will be doing a new one every single month. I am looking at doing one for the whole year, but at the moment it's this booklet. I want to make sure that these sell well and do well and that they're right for everybody, but I'm definitely using these and I absolutely love them. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. Hi guys, girls and non-binary pals, thank you so much for getting through to the end of the video. You know I love it when you get through to the end of the video. Please make sure you give this video some love, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. And if you are going to comment, please use this emoji and also say happy Marpril because, you know, it's a wonderful month. My new budget booklets are available on my Etsy store now. I'm so excited to share those with you. As I said, if they sell well, I will be doing one every month in a new colorway and a new design. I just hope they are useful to people. I hope that people find them helpful to make a budget because it is quite concise in what you are capable of doing with it. So I really hope they work out well. I am going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching this week, and I will see you again very, very soon. I would like you to have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week, and have a wonderful budget. I will see you very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching, bestie. See you soon. Bye. And if you would like to support me over on Patreon, take a look at the link in the description. You will not regret it, bestie.